Hi YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to Valhalla. Jill bought what she wanted, we don't have to worry about that. Rent is 10,000. I think we'll make it. You've been talking a lot with that Alma girl. Jealous. Alright. I thought there was new 4chan. Oh, there is, yeah. Yuri new season. It's finally here! Can't believe I'm alive for this day. Thank you, base god! All boards reported! What other boards, you idiot? Nice, more stupid Moe blobs. YY gets new season, but the actual best YY is still up in the air. My internet service gets cut off tomorrow because I can't afford it anymore. Wake me up! Get a job, you stupid neat. Oh god, here we go. Prepare hot cocoa, sit in comfy couch, put on my favorite Mega Christmas sweater, see snow falling outside, turn on my heater, get my blanket, watch glorious YY and fall asleep when it ends. I am the comfy. I wish I was as comfy, sad face. I have work tomorrow. Enjoy the Urus for me, Danger You. This thread is closed. Sounds cute. For nerds, maybe. That bar called Valhalla. Is it any good? I need a place to unwind after work. Normies are taking over, huh? Everyone's a neat just like me anyway. Place is cool, but the bartender could be a bit of a dick. How so? Never been there, so I wouldn't know. Is she cute? I can take it if she's cute. She's cute, but I think she's a bit full of herself. The guy seems a bit more of a bro. I see you already had a conversation with her. Did she reject your advances? No, I just heard from a distance. So is that a no? Kind of. I mean, if you're going there just to chat. I just want a place to chill for a bit and meet new people. Can I smoke there? Is there any bar from BTC where you can smoke? Nope. Bummer. Well, I think I'm going next week then. Sounds good enough for me, so it's closed. So I'm full of myself? You are. Rude. Surviving in Glitch City. Any tips for a new friend in this wonderful land? Oh boy. Self-deprecating thread? Don't trust in White Knights and don't go out after 5 p.m. unless you want to get mugged or murdered. Bring a portable chair everywhere. You'll have to line up for the flower, lol. Get used to eat what you find. Shortages are getting out of hand. I've been eating rice with butter for months now, but I guess it could be worse. Don't jinx it, please. I have enough as it is. So coming here was a mistake. Why would you come here anyway? I was visiting family, but now I want to take them out. Do it while you can! Yeah, airlines are leaving the city, lol. Soon we won't even be able to escape. Can I even get some weed in this crap hole somewhere? Yeah, I just PM'd you a good dealer, winky face. Unless I'm mistaken, my grandpa lived here before they turned it into Glitch City. Ancient resident. Check the augmented eye. BTC closing 40% of its bars in Glitch City by Atlanta Smithy. The British Trademark Council's facing some economic troubles in Glitch City, and it looks like they're on their way out. Blaming rising inflation rates and weak currency, the BTC has given order to disband almost half of its recreational businesses in the city. We can't keep doing business like this. Glitch City has a negative impact on our earnings, and we can't continue in the red, a PR representative told the Augmented Eye. Prime Minister Quincy, on the other hand, thinks the BTC is just too gritty. They make a lot of money already, and now they're crying because they can't have more? Give me a break. Oh yeah, this. Late to the party, Augmented Eye. Wearing socks and sandals in public is a crime now, by Atlanta Smithy. I like to say that we have the freedom to wear what we like in the streets of Glitch City, so as long as we adhere to decency rules. However, that's about to change. Glitch City's Department of Public Decency has declared that wearing socks and sandals together is a punishable crime. If convicted, the guilty face 3 days in jail as punishment for using that abominable combo. But what do you think? Should we wear whatever we want, or should the fashion police of high society decide for you? Whatever the case, I think I'll simply stick to the right side of the battle. Goodbye, socks and sandals. Gods be praised. First silly law I'm all in for. Birth rates decrease as the youth prefers Lillim Company. Atlanta Smithy. At the beginning of the century, the idea that people would rather be with robots other than humans was instead treated as a joke. But the reality of that convenience is that the convenience of these relationships have become immensely popular among Glitch City's youth, to the point where birth rates are beginning to decrease at an alarming rate. Annie May, a 17-year-old student, agrees with the general sentiment. It's just so much better than dealing with old people, you know? You can just make your own perfect partner. Oh, and the sex is amazing. Don't even get me started. It's suspected that new regulations will soon be announced to address the situation. Being only with Lillim can be tiring, though. Can it? They just seem like dudes. Alright, let's go to work. Beep, beep. Thursday, December 29th. Evening. Hey. Okay, so we've got almost everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate? I have no idea who that is. Why me? Well, I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not gonna say anything, Jill? Well, if it means not being delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness. Fine, give me the list. I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling. Do you know Gil has a crush? What? A client of his, a girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming on to him for ages, and he's only just started opening up. But he's taken steps backwards, and I'm not going to let him. He's opening up for fuck's sake. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it. That's right! Huh. Alright then, to the office I go! As for me... Song time. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Gil with a crush. Huh. This place. Great! Oh, if it isn't... Hey Jill, sorry, but is there somewhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. Boss, stalked woman incoming. The door's open! Go ahead, the door to the left. Thanks! Hello there! Oh, hi there. The other one, that's the bathroom. Wait, what's the dog doing in the bathroom?
Now where did she... Oh, the hellhole. Perfect. Hey, kid, I'll have the usual.
Right. Remember to be after 2 weeks. Mr. Donovan's usual drink, that's a big beer. That's what I actually remember. Very simple. Here.
This seems right. The paper's been a mess lately. You'd think with all that's happening they'd stay and do more reports. But they're all asking for vacations and I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports.
I see no difference in my feed, though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you do know the infinity of the augmented eye with the general public, right?
A shitty page that'll over-sensationalize anything and report useless things? Of course I know.
Then why not try to rectify that image?
To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls in a non-pleasant way. The Zaibatsu Corp and company have an eye on every publication they haven't bought yet. Report on them once and they'll find something to fine you with. Twice and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that, in the best case scenario is that they'll buy the damn operation to keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked out that week. But if I overstep, my ass is on the line. Glad to see this hellhole still in one piece. The BTC's been going apeshit closing bars lately.
Oh yeah, that.
Yesterday they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. And last week they closed 3 small bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants. Not to mention there are like 100 people who have BTC certificates but never use them. Instead they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me that some restructuring will begin at the BTC after this whole thing.
Man, shit ran deeper than I thought. And no news outlet talks about that.
Alright, kid, let's try a moonblast now.
Come again?
Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time.
Moonblast, that's new for him. Here.
Yeah, let's see what the ruckus is about.
So... What brought you here?
No, right, didn't you see a Lillim coming in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up.
Not really.
She jumped the roof then?
How are you looking for her? Do you want an interview?
Not really, just hitting on her.
Hmm.
Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring.
Why, though? Are you that bored? Don't you have, like, a family or something?
You seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also hot ass and tits. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fuck and curious as shit right now. I want to know just how detailed those king-class Chia models are personally.
And so you followed her.
I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson.
You're in front of one, and I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Like I said, don't you have a family or something?
A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. That Lilim isn't here, huh? I'll have to find a busty enough replacement tonight or I'll explode. Hey, after you're done glaring, please serve me a pile driver.
Right. Let's just give him a pile driver. Literally. Here.
Alright. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her.
Oh, the guy left.
Oh, alright. Thanks for sheltering me, Dana. Hope your sister likes the video.
No, thank you. Seems like you had a hearty talk.
Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister's a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos.
How nice of you.
That's nothing, really. And she did hide me, so it's the least I could do. But, well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet?
Sure. Oh, whoops, that's... There we go, flavor. Let's give her a sparkle star. Here.
Thanks.
So you don't know why Donovan was following you?
I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time, too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him.
I see. Seems like he was just trying to come on to you.
You don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyways. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship.
Figured... Wait, you are?
It's not common knowledge, and the ones that hear it try to dismiss it as rumors, but... I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now.
Really?
We were both single, and that kind of stuff's bound to happen when you spend so much time together. But it all started when he read an entry I made in my blog about wanting to experience love and the like. He offered to help with that after he read it, and I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough, and it wouldn't hurt to try.
Oh, nice.
He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise.
I see. You know, I've met two fans of yours lately.
Really?
Both of them seemed excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing.
I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious, in my opinion. I have many fans doesn't sit so well. I like many people who like my music better. Fan evokes an uglier, more pretentious image for me. Do you like what I do, Jill? Do you like my music?
To be honest, I haven't had much exposure to your work, but the few things I've heard are really good. And not gonna lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if I didn't like it.
So nice to hear. Hey, this will sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea?
Let me see. Something tea-like. If I remember correctly, something bitter but girly is fine, too. Bitter but girly, sunshine cloud. I think sunshine cloud is correct. Here.
Yeah, this works.
Yeah, you're a king class Chia, right?
That I am.
May I ask you something about your model?
Sure.
Are there any differences between you and a DFC-72?
We both serve the same purpose, but DFC-72s have a port on their heads, which makes them more versatile. My line lacks that, or the resilience of the DTO-01Ds, but we're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced and our movements are smoother. A trade-off of functionality and power for appearance, you could say.
Ah, I see. So anything new for this concert?
Well, it's an encore, so we're trying to make it the same for those who couldn't go the first one. But we always try to spice it up, like maybe with a surprise song or something. There was this one time I sang a cover of a song by by B-Link. Of course, in return, they sang Your Love is a Drug. Ah. So you know the B-Link girls? Really nice kids. You'd be surprised how different from their on-stage personas they are. Really? Suzu, for example, can be really childish at times, but she also laughs a lot, and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Aina's a party girl, through and through. If they're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy. Hard to believe. I mean, their image is that of stoic girls with little expression. Almost like living Victorian dolls or something. Well, they wanted to pop out in the public. They once told me if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept. So they took the opposite route, becoming cool beauties with the melancholic songs. I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. The opposite of cutesy idols would be unkempt tone-deaf girls spewing vitriol and hate. True, I guess. Well, I've gotta go, but let's have a Sparkle Star first. Alright. Here. Sparkling! Well, it's always a pleasure, Jill. Please come again. Will do! Oh, the handsome bartender, nice to see you.
Boss, Gil's back, I'll take my break.
Alright.
We're being chilling. Short day today. Note to self, buy oil for that door. Oh yeah, Your Love is a Drug is, Kiramiki. Let's do that. Alright, then. Gil, you're in my spot. Please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets. Did Boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that, then. Right. Greetings. Ah, Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with a Bleeding Jane today. Oops. I know my voice for Stella changes actually every time, but it's hard to choose a voice for her. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Say? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and I stopped by to say hi. Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean. Gil's the one you can know that to. Guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. I see. Hey, Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city? Gold rush? Everyone's paying small fortunes to get their hands on a piece of White Knight suits. Pieces of White Knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind the suits is always safely guarded, but after the events at the bank... Sorry. After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, bricking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went on. Any White Knights still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynchings, so they had to be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky, they got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many White Knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even single pieces of the armor fetch a high price these days. Could anyone see the profits from that research to justify those expenses? It's new tech, a whole new field of ripe with patents just opened for many, so I'd say yes. Huh. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built on using patents and trademarks, so I can see how. Oh, there's one weird case, though.
There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corp unit. Unique? The guy had a really small unit, 5 people, including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modded to the point that they look like a squad of henshin heroes. And what? They look like really gaudy. But it turns out the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. And it's interesting the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. It also helps to put on a front that makes people lower their guard. That would sound familiar to you. True. Wait. Here's a freebie, a fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces. But the regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. I guess even Zaibatsu Corps has its limits, huh? People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corps because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle in the wrong way or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in lots of trouble. Let's not start with the theme parks, or the like. There's dystopias of their own.
Would you like some company?
Not during this, because I'm doing YouTube stuff.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to leave. Bye. Oh, the game crashed! He ruined everything! Biz ruined everything! It crashed the game! It also startled me. Ah! Hang on, it's relaunching. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine. We'll restart from our break. I forgot I was still in voice chat. It's fine, we'll catch up. Where is Your Love is a Drug? There it is. Sorry about that, my friends. Bleeding Jane. Yeah, okay, there we go. We're almost there. Then again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just the front of that whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corp, chose. He makes a fool of himself when the attention is taken away from whatever it is the Zaibatsu Corp's actually doing. Yeah. So what you're saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park? Well, I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Huh. Seriously. And what? Can I get a Brantini here, please? Sure, sure. Bup, 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 bup. Bup, 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 bup. Lots of aged drinks tonight. Here. Thanks. So I take it you're in a good mood today? Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well... I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Kiramiki Encore concert. Nice. Alright, as it turns out, she was just here. Again? I'm sorry. Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name, though. And like last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true? Amazing. I mean, you always want the famous people to be nice in real life. But having such a backing to that claim, to hear that she's so nice to everyone... It's nice to hear, you know? In fact, many think that's what made her so famous so quickly. How she's down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to root for. I see. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to feel like you're supporting crappy people. Although, to be honest, I've never put much thought into that one. Hell, half the time I have no idea who made what I use, nor do I care that much. Being a nice person will take you far, though. My daddy always insisted that being ruthless in the boardroom doesn't mean being an ass. And he's actually managed to get a certain contracts over other more powerful people. All thanks to being a nice guy overall. Sounds like good advice. More importantly, Daddy? Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert so easily? Like, what about security and the like? Well, my dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. I see. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with Sei and her wounds. Although she'll probably nag me about how she doesn't need it, and we shouldn't be abused that. Eh. Hey, can you get me a classic drink? Sure. Here. Thank you. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? I do, but they've been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad's always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you, and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering. He actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend to the plants. Man, that sounds nice. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job, I might find you something. Thanks for the offer. Wait. I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would it be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but... Well, that'd be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't? The Zaibatsu have been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. A patent would be in the database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registries in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside of those suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are by all means illegal? The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it, though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is. And this city's what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious, though, have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point in our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Ah, Alma. No hello? You're pretty insistent that no on that one, aren't you? Well, it's basic courtesy, something I will fight to uphold. First the greeting stop, then saying please and thanks stops, and before you know it, boom, total anarchy. You're exaggerating. I'm not. In fact, I'll go through that door again, and I expect you to properly greet me this time. Fine. Hello, Jill. Once upon a midnight jury, while I pondered weak and weary. O'er many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. As for one gently rapping at my chamber door. 'Tis some visitor, I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more. You overdid it. You could totally overdid it. Quoth the bartender. I did not. So you like poetry? I had a phase. Can I get you something? Well, let's start with a big cobalt velvet. Sure. Big cobalt velvet. Boop, 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 boop. I love that Jill's such a fucking nerd. Because, like, no NPC actually knows that Jill is, like, literally a degreed scientist. Here. Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about you for a while now. Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring any bells? Wow, you went pale. No, the name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd. Today my daily card readings told me that I'd meet a great change thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world into an occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well, though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why the essay was wrong. Jill? I made sure to delete that blog! No evidence should be left! I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that still have all the stuff archived. Why? Why? Sheesh, relax, it's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is? We've all been there, Jill, relax. It's not like you're still, like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? God, Snow, I gave up on the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... Ugh. I don't know, I like the way you looked. All dressed in black with the rare accessory popping out thanks to the colors. I mean, at least you have the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick. Oh god, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks like that. I just used a search engine, you know. I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You were obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. And I kinda almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths of old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Ugh, now I know how criminals feel when evidence gets used against them. Actual boy kisser, you're so right, Omer. I have to ask, though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69, like in reference to both the lovers and the hermit. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew what 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten things up a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. Sugar rush. Are they trendy now or something? Here. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? Well, that's sudden. You dug through my past, I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing? Yep. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends who I'd describe as such, that I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. Remember the other girl trying to pick a fight and me just saying, keep the fucker. Second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit, and before you know it... anyways. The other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well, and we had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't. Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was part of me that wanted to believe, even if just for a little bit, that maybe he'd change his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point, I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will you? Sure. Boop, 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 boop. Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow, you really are embarrassed of that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you, and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, in honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you one and only one chance to call me by my full name as compensation, then. I gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping, because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Chopped. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spend lots of time typing, and these replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. Oh. There's other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like the computer's cursor. There's a lot more, but they're small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud. How'd your family take the operation? They took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. Told him to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice if they can get a natural replacement. Bit of cosmetic treatment and it could pass off as her original hand with no problem. Last I heard we were compatible and the family agreed to the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. You didn't tell your mom about that? I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. So are we cool now? Are we even? Are we? You're pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry, it sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once. Now you don't. Eh? Why? You just called me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance and only one chance, and you just used it up. Damn it! Surprise! Oh, fuck. Hey, Alma, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Hey! Not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read once that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, then acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in a body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still an interesting read, though. I see. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you convinced yourself you're crazy. Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about you, Gil? For some reason, the auto girl left him like that, it seems. You think? Might have been while he was out. True. Hey, boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am, yeah. Why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling's as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in the ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you'd solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... No, seriously, 8th grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show, it just so happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not like it's all fake. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anybody bad-mouthing wrestling. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh, well, wait, what? Come here, fuckboy! Fuckboy! 8th grade what? Who'd have thought we'd get a bona fide idol in the bar? Hey, our funds! We can pay our bills now. Charge $10,000 for your rent. Have a nice day. Jill will have a roof over her head for another month. This sense of relief will make sure she focuses at work. A roof over our heads for another month. Yay! Now we're poor again. Kiramiki blog pog! Let's save. Alright, people on YouTube, I will see you next time, where we will read Kiramiki's blog, and we will also read The Augmented Eye. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.